Coming up, the union president sharing concerns on BTC's separation packages exercise. A psychologist weighing in on a disturbing viral video. And the Grand Bahama Christian Council preparing for elections. The Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition starts now.
This is the Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
You're watching the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. Good evening, all. I'm Shoshana Wolf-Parkinson. As always, it is so great to have you with us. Topping the news tonight, the Bahamas Telecommunications Company reportedly preparing to conduct another voluntary separation exercise. Tonight, the president of the Bahamas Communications and Public Officers Union, which represents the line staff at BTC, is giving his take on the impact another VSAP is having on the organization. Italia Hall reports. The president of the Bahamas Communications and Public Officers Union, Dino Roll, providing more details on the situation at the Bahamas Telecommunications Company during his visit to Grand Bahama. He says BTC has relaunched what they are calling a continuation of their voluntary separation exercise, which began in September of last year. The union president says BTC claims that the exercise was interrupted by Hurricane Dorian.
Persons didn't have sufficient time to seriously consider the exercise, and so they relaunched it just last Monday for the consideration of employees at BTC.
He says it is an unfortunate event for the union.
This exercise seems to be coming up so frequently. Certainly it has an impact on the membership in the BCPOU and the staff itself at BTC. I don't know how many persons in particular that the company is looking for. That number has never been revealed, but at the end of the day, I think they're making the exercise available for persons who would want to move on. The employees are excited about what they're seeing happening in BTC, and some of them they want to stay on board, and they like serving their customers, and so there's an exciting atmosphere in BTC. But persons are still concerned that this package, this VSEP thing, keeps coming up.
Meantime, the union has been trying to supplement its membership by seeking to represent the employees of Cable Bahamas. But after years of trying, they have been unsuccessful.
The union is looking forward. I understand that there's a meeting set before long, and we expect that the Minister of Labor would ensure that Cable Bahamas live up to the terms of what was agreed upon and come to the table and let's negotiate an industrial agreement for these people.
Italia Hall, ZNS Network News. Well, police continuing their investigations into a violent attack on a mentally challenged man that was recorded and circulated on social media. The attack leaving many in shock. Tonight, a clinical psychologist is weighing in on this viral video. It was all for clout. That's what some persons are calling the horrific act, where a local barber physically assaulted a mentally challenged man for $10. But clinical psychologist Dr. Gregory Swan says it is quite unfortunate that anyone would take advantage of any individual. Even worse, one who is not in their right frame of mind. While many voiced their disgust through social media condemning the action, there are those who justified this, noting that the mentally abused man agreed to be punched for a fee.
Well, firstly, someone who's mentally retarded, and this gentleman obviously appear to have some mental challenges. They don't have the ability to make rational decisions. They don't have the ability to make full legal decisions. So clearly, he's not a fully functioning and doesn't have the management skills to make those kind of decisions. So someone who would support that behavior clearly needs to reconsider their position and review someone of this nature.
Dr. Gregory Swan adds that the attacker himself may also need to seek some help.
Someone who himself may have some emotional issues. Obviously, you would not think in our culture we would subject ourselves to violently attacking each other for social gain. That person may have some any social issues going on himself.
But the attacker quickly became the brunt of verbal abuse and threats, as many have taken to his personal social media account, calling him cruel names. Swan says at this point, the law just has to take its course.
I believe there has to at least be some police involvement to determine whether or not the gentleman who was attacked had the ability to give someone the right to violently attack him. And then secondly, whether or not there are some other issues that may need to be addressed. Whether he would have violated any laws. It might happen in it's a paid for gain exercise for someone who could make the decision for the exercise. So there are might be some legal issues pending.
Now, a statement was also issued by the owner of the barber shop where that incident took place and the local barber works. It reads, on behalf of the management and staff of Cutting Styles Barber Shop, we wish to send a heartfelt apology to the gentleman who was assaulted by an employee after hours at the establishment on January 19th. We were appalled by what we saw, and we are not associated with this behavior. Additionally, we wish to advise the public that the suspect in question is no longer affiliated with Cutting Styles Barber Shop. Now, police say the attacker was arrested after he turned himself in around 7:30 Monday evening, and he will be arraigned on Wednesday morning. Now, it is unclear whether or not the person responsible for recording this video will be charged as well. Now to the health sector. Tonight, the health minister is responding to reports that parties interested in constructing a new hospital on Grand Bahama are being turned around. Italia Hall has the latest.
The Minister of Health, Dr. The Honorable Dwayne Sands, monitoring repairs being made at the Rand Memorial Hospital, which was severely damaged by Hurricane Dorian. The minister says he is pleased with the progress and he is confident that all repairs will be completed before the set deadline.
That doesn't mean that we are not going to be building a new hospital. Let's be very clear. What we want is a facility that will provide services to the people of Grand Bahama and the Northern Bahamas until such time as their climate resilient facility is conceived, is designed, and is built.
But there are some reports circulating that there is a group of foreign and Bahamian doctors who have expressed interest in building a new hospital on Grand Bahama, but they are being pushed away. We asked the health minister if he's aware of such reports.
In truth, there are as many as 5 different groups that have expressed an interest in participating in the restoration of health services in Grand Bahama and in the Bahamas in general. As the Prime Minister has said, this administration is committed to transparency, and we will let everybody know the details at the appropriate time. Now understand that there are some competitive issues for early revelation. So if I say that Group A wants to do this at a particular cost, now Group B then goes and changes what they would like to do. And so it may not be in the interest of the public to go ahead and reveal all the details prematurely.
He adds that all of the offers were unsolicited.
We have to look at them. We have looked at some more than others. Ultimately, after a thorough review by the Ministry of Health, that information will be passed to the Cabinet of the Bahamas, who will be the ultimate arbiter of the way forward. The Cabinet of the Bahamas will act in the best interest of the people of the Bahamas and in the nation's interest. And then we will let the people know exactly what it is that we've considered, ask for their advice, ask for their suggestions, ask for their comments, and then move forward.
Italia Hall, ZNS Network News.
Thank you, Talia. Well, the island of Abaco still has a long way to go on the path to normalcy and rebuilding. However, Bahamians from across the country are coming together to help make a difference. In this report, one woman from the island of New Providence shares why she decided to leave the life she knew and move to Abaco, despite that island's current circumstance. Megan Shepard reports.
New Providence native and foreman of TCB Construction, Tatiana Florisma, on the ground in Abaco, spearheading a team as they work to assist in the cleanup efforts in Dundas town. Florisma says that she came to the island a few months ago, and so far efforts are going well.
We've been on the ground from November, and we'll do it until it needs to be done and clean. We won't stop until everything is back in order. We don't really know. I can't give an estimate right now, but all I can say is it will get done. And so far we've seen, how everyone is saying is so terrible and it's this. It's not like how everyone is saying. I'm on the ground, I'm right here, hands on, and I see we're getting up all the debris and everything, but so far everything's looking good.
She's encouraging other residents to come out and do their part in rebuilding the island.
More hands on, it'll get done faster. If the neighbors come out and put out what they don't want, I'll be willing to remove it for them. I'm not going to go into homes, but if any neighbors or anyone have anything that they do not want, they could just put it on the streets, and my team, TCB, will come and we'll remove the debris.
Florisma says she does not plan to return to New Providence anytime soon. She shares why she felt compelled to bring her services to Abaco.
When I saw the tragic and what's going down, and to see that, hey, I have life, and why not come give a hand and help Abaconians get back on their feet? You see so much devastation, and when you look, you come in and say, oh my God, instead of everyone just standing back and saying, oh my God, come and give a helping hand, because they really need it. There's a lot of work here that needs to be done. So we're here. TCB is willing to. If you come, I'm here. I'll see what I could do and help you, show you where you could come and help out.
She has this message of encouragement for the people of Abaco.
We're going to get it back and better and stronger for Abaco. And everyone is out there, keep praying for Abaco, because Abaco still needs a lot of prayers, but we're going to do the best we can and getting it clean, and everyone be able to return back home.
Megan Shepard, ZNS Network News.
Great report. Well, while crews are working around the clock to get public schools in Abaco back up and running, the Ministry of Education has found a new way for those students to get back into the classrooms virtually. Jamila Mizik explains.
District Superintendent of Grand Bahama, Bimini, and the Keys, Ivan Butler, says in the wake of Hurricane Dorian, the Ministry of Education saw it fit to provide distance learning to students in the Abacos who are preparing to sit BJC and BGCSE examinations, and he says so far they're very pleased with how the program is going.
Presently we have 6 disciplines that are being taught out of this area, and we hope to improve on that in the not too distant future. So as you can see, we have teachers that taught lessons earlier this morning, and every day students in Abaco specifically are receiving lessons via our distance learning initiative. We're very pleased and proud of what we're able to do with this program, and hopefully it will only get bigger and better in the upcoming years.
Teacher and program coordinator Gia Mintz explains how it works.
We have to log on to the internet. We have a software that allows students to meet us in individual meeting rooms, and we will teach our lessons using digital tools. We will use PowerPoints, we will use Active Inspire, which is a Promethean software, and anything else, any other Web 2.0 tools that we can use in order to engage and to teach our students.
She says the students are responding well to the program.
I found that they entered in very easily and they interact very easily with the tools that we have and the software that we have. I don't see that being an issue. I've actually seen them. In my groups in particular, I find that my groups, they seem to be very comfortable in the online environment and ready and able to do anything I ask them to do. So just like in a regular classroom, where sometimes we have to inject humor as well as seriousness, we have to find ways to engage them as well online. Because remember now, we're dealing with a generation where there's always a screen, and they are now becoming kind of desensitized to the screen. It doesn't hold the appeal that it once used to. And so we also have to employ some of the same things that we do in a physical classroom. We do the same thing in the virtual classroom as well in order to engage our students and to help them to get the best results.
Butler says they are expecting the program to grow quickly.
We hope to have other partners join us so we can increase the bandwidth and the strength of delivery. Presently, we have some challenges with internet, but we hope to improve on that.
Jamila Mizik, ZNS Network News.
And when we come back, we'll tell you how leaders in the Christian community are gearing up for elections. That story in just a moment.